This week's episode of TNA Impact Wrestling had a lot on, but just not a lot of wrestling for something that you call a wrestling show. Only four matches isn't really, all that acceptable. However, let's give our opinions on what happened and how we felt about certain things. The first thing that happened, Hulk Hogan came out and he was telling us that he was drinking with Shark Boy to calm his nerves.
And then Sting came out and Hogan tried to convince him out of the stipulation, which is him and Billy Ray are against each other at Slammiversary. And if Sting loses, he doesn't get another title shot ever again.
Well, in my opinion, Sting really shouldn't be going for the title because he doesn't actually need it.
No.
I mean, it's like it's the kind of thing. I don't like what TNA haters say, but they're right about this one. They've got to try and push younger guys. Brooke Hogan then comes out and explains to Sting and Hulk Hogan that what happened was all her fault and that she wanted to resign just so that all these problems would, stop. Brooke Hogan should just go away.
Yeah.
Can't be doing with her.
And then Billy Ray came out and he more or less, they were all blaming themselves. They were all saying, oh, it's my fault that the company's this way, or it's my fault that and then Billy Ray came out and he said that it's not any of their fault. It's his fault. And I quite liked that, but it was a bit sappy what he said next. Oh, you still love your Brooke?
Of course, Hulk Hogan, he's someone's finally pointing out who is Jack. It's all he ever says is Jack. He called Sting Jim for whatever reason. It's all just mad. All these Jacks are all running out and all that stuff. Then Suicide was returning to the next one. I think Suicide is brilliant. People hate Suicide because he's a failed computer game character and all that stuff. And it's Suicide's a good wrestler. Whoever's behind the mask this time, good luck on you because, filling it was Kaz and Christopher Daniels that both.
And also Kiyoshi.
All right, that were all, they were all Suicide prior. Whoever's Suicide now, good luck on that.
And his return match was against Joey Ryan and P.T. Williams to see if it's a qualifying match to get into the Ultimate X match at Slammiversary. I'm looking forward to the Ultimate X match. I like Ultimate X matches. They can never really go wrong unless you're a complete idiot.
That's the massive bumps, isn't it? That people will just mark out and freak out on. I love my Ultimate X matches.
Suicide won. And he's going up for the X Division Championship a bit too soon, in my opinion.
Yeah, for his return. Yeah. Chris Sabin comes up and talks to James Storm about wanting to be his mystery partner. And Storm just, apprentice style and, just letting him down easily goes, no. And Chris Sabin just goes, oh, it was worth a shot. Fine.
Yeah, he said that he's got another opportunity. He's going for the X Division title, and it's another pretty cool opportunity, which I think is fair enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Brooke asks Billy Ray what he means by he loves her. He still loves her, and this segment is completely pointless.
It goes absolutely nowhere.
I understood the point in the first segment. It's to further the feud with him and Sting, which. Okay, but still, it's just you don't need these little backstage segments to I don't think you're watching, but
these are 20, not even that. These are about 5-second things. Then they went on to Mickey and Velvet talk about some match that they're going to have. They're both faces. I don't like Velvet Sky. Can't be doing with her as a wrestler. I don't know why she even has the belt. It irritates me the fact she held the belt, and it's 3 times she's won the title, I believe.
The next match, Sam Shaw was meant to be facing up against Alex Silva, but Aces and Eights come out instead, and I don't really like this. I don't like Oh, it's a match like they just kind of buried Sam Shaw as well. He just had him get beaten senseless by Aces and Eights,
Yeah,
but not even fight back.
it's like with a show that had no wrestling matches in it. Well, not a lot of them. It should have had this match because why take this match? Two young guys, and then Bruce Magnus comes out to save Sam Shaw. Starts talking about how he wants to face. I don't know why you can't have Sam Shaw versus Alex Silva, have a match, then afterwards he gets beaten up for no reason because Aces and Eights will be throwing their weight around. And then Brutus Magnus comes out, makes the save, tells them all off, and says that he wants a promo. I wants a match against Briscoe. I don't get that.
And then the match occurs. Match was pretty good. Magnus gets beaten up by Aces and Eights towards the end. It's like a nude contest, I believe. And Samoa Joe comes to save. This is the return of Samoa Joe. Like as we said, a lot happens in this,
but not that nothing. No matches really, and a lot of things that I felt didn't really go anywhere, do much stuff. Then it was a Hall of Fame stuff. TNA can have a Hall of Fame if they want.
Yeah,
they can have a Hall of Fame if they want. A lot of people are always like that's the problem. Like some haters have got this. I understand some of the arguments, but stuff about the TNA Hall of Fame, and it's like, well, Sting was in it deservedly so, and I don't just let them have a Hall of Fame. They've been around for 10 years. A lot has happened.
and
Just because people don't stay for ages doesn't mean that they're rubbish and deserve to die.
And they also had quite a few legends who were a part of it as well. But you're complaining about something minuscule. It's like it's not even a big deal. The Hall of Fame, in my humble opinion.
It's not really.
The Aces and Eights celebrate about beating up Magnus, and
Billy gives his pep talk.
Yeah, he called D'Lo Brown a disappointment because he lost in an I Quit match, I believe.
I love D'Lo Brown's face. It's so sad. He was like, good
Yeah.
Then there was a thing about Kurt Angle wanting to save Olympic wrestling.
Nothing wrong with this video.
Shoot, like, why is Olympic wrestling getting taken off from the Olympics? I don't quite understand. Is it like about money or something? Because I'm sure there's a few sports that aren't really needed. I'm sure they can find something else. But unfortunately, it's a lose situation no matter what happens. If they don't get rid of Olympic wrestling, they're going to get rid of something else. No one can win.
Yeah, and then a pretty good match between Kurt Angle and Mr. Anderson.
It was an advert.
Oh yeah. Before the match happened, AJ Styles entered the building on his pretty nice looking motorbike. He had big wheels. I liked it. And AJ Styles came in the middle of the match and he distracted Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle got low blowed and then skullboyed. I like Mr. Anderson. I think Mr. Anderson should be one of the main eventers again.
Yeah, I think he should. Yeah. Then Gail Kim talks about her match that she's going to have on Slammiversary, and then gets attacked by Tara Terrell. And it was there. I don't care for Tara Terrell, referee. So it's like don't really care. No reason for any of this to go. I guess it does further it. Just very it's pushing it slightly, not really doing an awful lot.
Then James Storm reveals who his tag team partner is, and his tag team partner. Multiple teams are out to see who his tag team partner was. Like Bobby Roode and Austin Aries came out. Bad Influence. Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez. And there was a lot of history going on. There was a lot of remember when you were part of Beer Money? That was the worst years of my life. Those 4 years were all wasted. Of course, everyone's going to freak out and be all angry with people making it, with Kaz making a joke about Austin Aries' harassment thing. It was it would be understandable
if Christy Hemme was like offended with it. It should be like depending on what Christy Hemme says. There's a problem. Another thing I have. People are so it's that whole like we're just so quick to execute everyone. What Austin Aries did was bad. It was really bad being an understatement. It was really horrible. Well, he should have never done what he did. However, he's apologised. If Christy Hemme is okay with him and doesn't have any issue, doesn't feel intimidated working in the same building as Austin Aries, they should let it go. Between two people who it's no one else's business. The fact is that Austin Aries is not a convicted sex offender. He's not been in trouble with anything like this in the past. It should just be, like not forgotten, but it shouldn't be used as a weapon. Like it's going to be always used as a weapon. Why it's going to be used in all the videos? Why TNA sucks? Why should TNA die? Because they allow sex offenders and people harassing everyone.
And then this should be used about like 2, 3, 4 years down the line.
Yeah.
As well, what he did wasn't good, and it's just stuff. It's bad, and I don't condone it.
No,
and
obviously, I mean, what? I mean, the people who defend it as well. I mean, we're defending the fact that it shouldn't be used as a weapon years from now.
No,
but it will be used as a weapon because that's just the way it is. It should just be a case of. As long as Christy Hemme is fine with working with Austin Aries, then it should really kind of be, forgotten about. Shark Boy then comes out wanting to be